As we move into a spoiler territory,
Big fat spoiler alert, baby. Heads
we
up.
got
Do you have a graphic for it?
it's already up.
Oh, gosh. Wonderful.
So we move into spoiler territory.
The name.
And tonight, NXT, they filmed at Full Sail, and we learned some stuff for actually TakeOver. So, like we said, the night kicked off with them announcing Beth Phoenix as commentary, and then there was a dark match, which is very intriguing. It was Trevor Lee versus Shane Strickland. Whew, that's pretty interesting.
It's a real banger of a match right there.
Yeah. So, I don't know when they're going to debut. Maybe at the next set of tapings. Maybe they get a match of TakeOver. I don't know, but that was a dark match.
Yes.
So, going forward, the first thing that happens that it was filmed were the Viking Raiders came out and they stated, "We've beat everybody. Let's just relinquish the championships and move on to the main roster."
Quick question.
Go for it.
Before we continue on, what did the winner of Worlds Collide get? The Battle Royal. What did they get? Did they get anything?
The Mania Battles World Collide or the Royal Rumble World Collide?
Whatever the one that just happened tonight.
I don't know if there's anything.
You don't know if there's anything online? Because Strong won it, and I don't know.
Not that I've heard of.
Okay, cool.
Because I
I'm just
know
making sure.
when they did Worlds Collide Royal Rumble weekend, they did a Battle Royal and they did a tournament. Because the Battle Royal was for the seeding of the tournament.
Yes.
And the winner of the tournament was Velveteen Dream, and then he got the North American title shot.
Okay, so it looks like they're getting nothing. Cool. Okay,
Yeah, I
just wanted to double check. Anyway.
So Viking Raiders come out and they say, "Hey, we beat everybody. We're gonna leave NXT. We'll give up the titles." And William Regal came out and said, "No, I'm gonna make you actually defend those titles. You're gonna defend them later tonight against the Street Profits."
Well, I've got a lot to say about the Street Profits, but I'm just going to wait until we get to the end.
So then, good news: Keith Lee has been cleared to return to action.
Oh, sweet.
He defeated Cesar Bononi.
That's good.
We're getting a feud here between Kushida and Drew Gulak.
Ooh.
Kushida defeated Kona Reeves, and Gulak watched from the stage. He was scouting.
Hell yeah. I dig it.
We then had Vanessa Bourne, who defeated... well, her name was Jessie Elabon, but now apparently they're just calling her Jessie.
Jessie. Hey, Jessie. Remember that show?
Kids still watch it all the time.
Is it still running?
Reruns.
I
It ended a year and a half ago.
fucking forget
2
that you
years
have
ago?
kids sometime, dude.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy.
So then we got the NXT Tag Team title match. The Viking Raiders defending against the Street Profits, and the match actually ends in disqualification when the Forgotten Sons interfere. Then, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch would come in through, I think it was through the crowd, and they all brawled. After the match, it was just the Viking Raiders left in the ring. They put the titles down, they bowed to the crowd, and they left without the belts. So they still got to relinquish the titles nonetheless.
The relinquishes and they just left.
And in another interesting name change kind of deal, so we had Xia Li versus Rachel Evers. Now, when they did the Mae Young Classic, Rachel Evers, or Rachel Ellering, went by the name Rachel Evers. Then when they announced that she'd signed with the company a few months ago and that she had reported to the Performance Center, WWE.com put Rachel Ellering.
Oof.
So then she
Well, that's
debuts at
confusing.
Full Sail for NXT, and she's Rachel Evers again. Oh, and by the way, they beat her in her NXT debut with a Xia Li.
Yikes. Fucking yikes, man.
So, Undisputed Era comes out next. And it was all of them. It was Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. They say they're stronger than ever. There may have been a hiccup, but they're stronger than ever. They're doing the Bullet Club is fine gimmick. They go on to state that Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish want to be the NXT Tag Team Champions. They want a match at TakeOver for the vacant titles. And Adam Cole wants another shot at the NXT title.
Good.
He says that in 2 weeks, which, in 2 weeks from when that episode airs, he's going to be challenging Johnny Gargano. Gargano comes out and says, "You want the match? You got the match." So the match is apparently official. Main event for NXT TakeOver, wherever it's going to be, is Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole for the NXT title. But then Matt Riddle runs out and attacks Roderick Strong.
Woo!
Gargano and Riddle then run off the Undisputed Era, and it's not really clear where this is going with Matt Riddle.
That's a bummer.
So then we see Mansoor defeated Sean Maluda.
Mansoor, big friend of the show.
Yeah.
Big friend. He was on here.
Right before he signed, too.
Yeah, right before he signed, dude.
It was right after, a year ago now. It was right after the Saudi Arabia show. We interviewed him, and he actually talked about his experience going through the tryout and being on the Saudi Arabia show. So if you guys want to check out that, I will put a link in the chat here before we're done.
Wonderful.
And I'll put it in the description as well.
He's a great guy. Real great dude.
So next up, the Velveteen Dream comes out, cuts a promo, and he was interrupted by old Tyler Breeze.
Old T Brizzle. In his old gimmick as well.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze with new short hair says that he's come home to NXT. Breeze says that he's coming back here, and he wants a shot at the North American title. I think there was a line where, what was it? I think Dream said something to him along the lines of, like he doesn't deserve a shot because he just likes to cosplay as a cop. And so he says, but, if you want something from me, I'll let you take a selfie. So he goes and he takes a selfie with him, and he punches Velveteen Dream, leaving Dream sitting in the ring, wondering what just happened. So then going forward, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Barthel defeated a team called Team 3.0. I don't even know who they are.
Okay.
One of the guys kind of looks like a young Scotty 2 Hotty, but I'm not 100% sure. So then going forward, we then learn that at NXT TakeOver, there will be a fatal 4-way to determine the new NXT Tag Team Champions. It will be the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, the Street Profits, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, and then 2 members of the Forgotten Son. So it's like, ugh. Okay.
Real boring.
I mean, I don't know if you say real boring, but it's like,
Definitely.
I don't know why they need to add all those teams in there. So then next up, we had Candice LeRae defeating Reina Gonzalez. After the match, the 4 horsewomen would come out and attack her before Io Shirai would actually make the save with a kendo stick. We then had a tag team match. It was the Undisputed Era's O'Reilly and Fish taking on Johnny Gargano and Matt Riddle. Colin Strong interfered in the match. Undisputed Era would end up standing tall. Next up, Mia Yim actually defeated Bianca Belair.
Love Mia Yim. Don't think Bianca should be continuing to lose, though.
For everybody that wants to hear the Mansoor interview, I have just put it in the chat.
Woo! Definitely check out that interview. Mansoor is a great dude. Interview.
I was trying to do it too fast.
One day you'll learn to spell.
Hey. So next up,
One day.
Kushida defeated Drew Gulak after the match. Gulak argued that he had kicked out and that it wasn't really a 3. Next up, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus the Forgotten Sons ends in a disqualification when the Street Profits come out and attack.
Too much disqualification.
Huh?
Too much wonky finishes.
Yeah.
Too many.
But you also got to think this is going to be over, 4 or 5 weeks of shows?
Yeah.
So the Forgotten Sons lay out everybody with chairs before the Undisputed Era come out and attack them with ladders. End of the show, or the end of the taping, sees Adam Cole sitting on the top of a ladder, Bobby Fish standing on one side of the ladder, Kyle O'Reilly standing on the other side of the ladder, and Strong standing in front of the ladder. And here's my question.
What's your question?
Is this fatal 4-way for the tag titles going to be TLC?
Ooh.
Forgotten Sons used chairs. Undisputed Era used ladders. Nobody used tables.
Could just be a ladder match then.
I mean, I'd like that better than just a normal 4 corners.
It'll be a TC match. Or no, an LC.
LC.
Ladders and chair match. They'll just call it a ladder match, I'm sure.
So, I mean, again, we don't know where TakeOver is going to take place. We know when and nothing else has been officially announced. So when we find out Monday, we will let you guys know. But that was everything that did take place tonight at the NXT TV tapings. Basically, Viking Raiders, they're done. They're not even going to get one final takeover match like Ricochet and Aleister Black did. They just bowed to the crowd and left the titles and left.
Exactly. And it's probably what's best for them, to be completely honest with you.
And I mean, I've seen some people online say, "Oh, why didn't they get beat? You drop the titles. You lose the titles on your way out." But it's like, if they really want to make these guys strong on the main roster, maybe that was the thing, that they're so strong that nobody in NXT could even beat them for the titles.
Very true.
Because it was like when the Ascension, which I don't even know what brand they're considered on anymore, when they came up from NXT, yeah, they dropped the NXT tag titles. No, they may not have actually. But they were another team where they were just super dominant, held the tag titles for over 300 days. And then they came to the main roster and they did nothing with them. That was one of the first NXT main roster call-up fails.
Yep.
Was the Ascension.
They got beat down by the Legends.
Yeah, they were the most badass. We can beat everybody tag team in NXT.
They're fucking sick.
Yeah,
They're like real,
they were great
real
in NXT.
cool.
Then they come
Real
up and it's
men.
just like, it comes up and they're just like, oh hey, these guys like to wear face paint, and yeah, basically that was it.
Yeah, NXT spoilers are over.